So let's also discuss why not. Why do people not do CPR? Okay, we have something called the 5 fears of rescue. The first thing is people are unsure of their skills. Okay, this is why we have online training that you can access 24/7. Anytime that you feel as though you forgot what to do in a certain situation, you didn't know when to do it, you didn't know where to properly place your hands, just log on to cprandfirstaid.org, click the link online training videos, and then we'll get you up to date, up to speed. Also, we'll keep you up to date in the latest of new techniques that develop throughout the years. Okay. The second thing a lot of people are concerned with is that they might hurt or kill the patient. Okay. Now, this is why we teach it the way we teach it. You know what I mean? Um, I expressed it, and it's not the best language, especially when you're dealing with a loved one, but it's the reality of it. Okay. This person is dead. If you do nothing, they're just going to remain in that condition. So doing something, although if they were alive, it would definitely hurt them. They don't feel it at this moment. You will be breaking the sternum off from the rib cage and the cartilage that's connecting that. Okay. You will be putting force that could potentially do harm to someone. Okay. And it may seem as though you're paining them very, very much, but in all actuality, not doing CPR is going to hurt them even more. Okay. So we want to make sure we put our hand in the center of that chest, push hard and fast. Okay. And we'll discuss that in just a moment. Next, people are always worried about these lawsuits. Okay. If you really want to get the full extent of the legal jargon, you'll have to discuss a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but what I can say is this: there's two ways of looking at it: in your job and outside of your job. A lot of us are getting certified for our job. Okay. So think about it like this: you take your child to school, that caregiver, that child care worker, they are required to have a CPR certification in order to perform that job. So with that being said, they should be required to do CPR if the time was needed, if CPR was needed in that situation, or even first aid. And if they don't respond, then I'm sure somebody will be held liable. Okay. That's in the workplace, which is the main time somebody will be doing the CPR. Okay. The second way of looking at it is if we're in the streets. Okay. If you're in the street, then you're covered by the Good Samaritan law. Okay. The Good Samaritan law is saying if you're acting in good faith and you know what to do, you're certified, you are up to date with your knowledge, and you perform CPR at the proper time, which is when they're dead, then if they come back alive and they try to hold you liable, then you're going to be covered. You have nothing to worry about, at least in the state of California. Okay. Now you have to check with your local legal court law if you're in another state, but in California, you're covered by the Good Samaritan law if you're found acting in good faith. Okay. The next thing we want to discuss is, oh, it's unsafe for me to do it. I don't have my mouth to barrier device. I don't want to do mouth to mouth and potentially catch some disease from blood or bodily fluids coming from their mouth. Two things to note about that. Okay. It takes approximately 8 minutes and 20 seconds for oxygenated blood to completely circulate around the body. With that being said, when you see a victim that maybe could have passed out 2 minutes ago, they could potentially have 6 minutes and 20 seconds of oxygenated blood all in their body. And all we would have to do is hands only CPR. You don't always have to have a mouth to barrier device. If it's unsafe to the point it's a burning building and it's a car that might blow up on you, you can get electrocuted, then that's a justified example. We definitely want to make the scene safe before doing anything. Okay. But if you don't have a mouth to barrier device, then calling 911, putting your phone on speaker, and pushing hard and fast in the center of the chest will definitely do justice. Okay. Now, another thing that a lot of people are worried about that gets brought up in our classes when one of the bystanders, the people looking, have to step up. Okay. Everybody is looking at the other person saying, oh, are you going to do something? Are you going to do something? Are you going to do something? When everybody else thought somebody else was going to do something, nobody stepping up to actually do it. Okay. Trust me, I've been in situations like that myself. Okay. I had to be the one to step up. If nobody's going to step up, then I want to step up. Okay. So that's called bystander apathy. Nobody steps up, and then the person passes away, the time passes, and nothing was done. But we need somebody to be the hero in this situation. If it's safe, and call 911 and step up and help the victim out. And every time that happens in one of our classes, we give them a standing ovation because it's a beautiful thing. Okay. So there's a lot of reasons of why to do the CPR and why not. But the main thing we want to reiterate is we're doing this to deliver oxygenated blood to the brain to prevent them from being brain dead when the ambulance arrives. So before we get started, we're going to call 911. They're approximately 10 minutes away. We need to push hard and fast. Now, if we have help, we want to switch off approximately every 2 minutes or 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths. Okay. So we're going to keep doing that until they take over for us. And then we just might save a life. Okay, thank you so much. I'm Chris, and this is CPR First Aid Training School. See you in the next video.